Hi guys, it's Ginger. I am here with another review. This time it is for the new album, Lita Ford Time Capsule. This didn't really set me on fire. It is very 80s, and this is actually a collection, most of these are a collection of songs that Lita Ford had compiled through the years, written, and then decided to record. It was some that she just had, you know, stashed away that she decided to record. And I know that in the liner notes it has where she's quoted as saying, basically, if you weren't alive in the 80s or if you enjoy music from the 80s, this is going to be a taste of it, because this is very 80s heavy metal. That type of metal, the hair metal, which I hate that term, but that type of metal, the stuff that she was known for from back in the day. There are some special guests on here. Billy Sheehan, Roger Carter, Dave Navarro, Jeff Scott, Soto, Rick Nielsen, Robin Zander, and Gene Simmons all appear on this album. Now, Lita Ford has never really been my favorite vocalist, let's say. And I feel the same way about this as well. Her vocals are not my favorite thing about this album. I enjoy the music a lot. She's an incredible guitar player, but I'm kind of lukewarm about this album. And I was a teenager, you know, young teenager to full-on teenager when she was really popular. Let me show you some of the inside cover stuff. So you've got this cover. It's got the Jack Daniels. It's got the all-important Aquanet from back in the day. I had a bottle of that too. Aquanet or White Rain. Then it's got some old pictures, drumsticks, her foundation, a pack of cigarettes, an ashtray, a lighter, and then there's an old picture of her on the inside when you lift up the CD. There's a picture of her, giving the double finger. And then on the back, there's a silhouette of her. On the inside of the liner notes, you got the silhouette with the song list as well on the back of it. And it's got some really awesome, I love looking at these old pictures. So each one of the pages has an old publicity picture of her. Look, this one right here, I think, is from, I think this is from If I Close My Eyes Forever, the one she did with Ozzy Osbourne. It looks similar to that. And then there's another one there. Look at the crimped hair. Look at the crimped hair. Yeah. And then there's some more. I really enjoy, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I get CDs. When I was a little kid, I loved pulling out my dad's records and looking at the liner notes, because sometimes you would have, like, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. It had all of these collages of pictures and things like that on the sleeve, and you know, that's why I like to get real in-hand type of thing, not just the digital kind. So let me tell you some of the things that I enjoyed. First, let me talk about the intro. There's a bizarre intro, which I guess is supposed to be her father? I don't know. It's a little bizarre. Anyway, so my favorite songs on here are Rotten to the Core. I enjoyed her cover of Little Wing. Then there's also another, of course that's, oh God, I've gone brain dead. Instrumental. Yeah, that's what they're called. Instrumental. Little Wing instrumental. And then there's another instrumental on here called The Fast Track. The Fast Track. I enjoyed that too. And I liked King of the Wild Wind. I liked that one a lot. So basically, most of what I liked was on the second half of the album. There was 11 tracks on here. But like I said, there was nothing on here that really set me on fire. You know? But, you know, like I said, there are good things about it. The music itself is great. The instruments, you know, how everybody's playing their instruments is great. But I don't care for... Lita Ford is just not a vocalist that I've ever really liked that much. I've even seen her in concert. She opened a couple of years ago for... I can't remember who she was with, but she was one of the opening ones. It might have been when I saw Poison. She may have been with Poison. And it may have been the one, Def Leppard, Poison, and Lita Ford, I think is what it was. Like, you know, several years ago. But this is the only Lita Ford album I have. So if that tells you anything about it, there you go. So don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoy these type of reviews, these music reviews. Give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can come back and sit for a spell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.